All right, Ninja, this is going to be a wild show. I just have a good feeling about it. Welcome to the Itch Network podcast. My name's Spencer, and I'm talking to my good friend, Ninja C. Ninja, how are you?
I'm doing great, Spence. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's really cold here in AZ, despite what I'm sure the rest of the country thinks.
Yeah, but it's a balmy 80 something, mid 80s or something like that. Oh, did you have to put the socks over the socks in the sand, or is that a Florida thing?
we don't have sand, we have dirt here. There's a huge difference. No, it was actually, I woke up and it was 30 something degrees, believe it or not.
That's crazy, man. That's in that neck of the woods.
Yeah. So that was pretty wild. I mean, it quickly was not that, but still.
Did you have to defrost? I assume you had to defrost your windshield.
Oh, I didn't, but that is something we generally have to do, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to throw out a pro tip later. Should we? It's a car show now.
Yeah,
for defrosting your windshield, I found out. So maybe that'll be for bonus content. Click here for more. Be the other channel we start.
Yeah. But it's been an interesting week. We're nearing the end of the year. Next episode, we're gonna have a top 5. So you're gonna handle the movies, and I'll handle the video games. That should be pretty interesting.
We do top 5 good ones. Just to clarify, the good ones, right? Not the worst.
What's your opinion? Do you want to do a worst? I guess worst.
We're
sells.
here for the people. If they want it, then we'll give it to them.
Yeah, I think
worst. I'd like to start with the positive before the negative, though.
I totally agree. And the thing is, my negatives would be pretty. It would venture into good game territory because I don't play games I don't want to play. So it's like it'd be like this was the worst best game for me this year.
So it'd be like the worst of the best of the mediocre or worst.
Yeah, although I mean there were a couple stinkers for sure, but
no Man's Sky this year, right? Is that
nothing that bad?
Goes like that.
Yeah, I didn't play. I was going to play Fallout 76, but I didn't, thank God. So the crisis averted on that end, for sure. Would you have enough to do a top 10, or do you think top 5 is good enough?
Whoa.
You're the movie guy.
Trying to milk the golden goose, man. We'll see. I still want to fit in. Are we going to continue Die Hard? Because I'm just doing one Die Hard, and we still got 2 more Die Hards to go through. So, I mean, the people love the Die Hard, man. They've spoken. So
people have spoken. All right. Well, we got that out of the way. Before we jump into the news, I mean, we're going to review, and we don't really have any news, to be frank, but we were going to be talking about some movies. WreckIt Ralph, we got Aquaman, Bird Box, and a Die Hard. 2 Die Hards or 1 Die Hard?
Die Hard with a vengeance.
Ooh.
I would do the podcast in my Batman voice, but I wouldn't have a voice for tomorrow. So.
Oh, yeah. No, that's key. Well, then, before we jump into that, it should be noted, just kind of a funny thing is that Sherlock and Watson movie just dropped, if I'm using a record term, dropped today with like a 0% score on Rotten Tomatoes. And I think it's creeped up. Actually, let me find the tomato meter or whatever it is. Freshness meter, I think.
Yes, please quote the correct sources so we don't get sued.
Yeah. What's it called? What do they call this movie again? Sherlock? Is it Holmes?
I think it's Holmes and Watson.
Holmes and Watson. Here we go. It is sitting at a 6% on the tomato meter. Although 25% said they liked it, so I'm very confused at what that means.
It's really surprising because the comedy duo that brought you Talladega Nights and many other movies too. I think there's a basketball movie. Not as funny, but they were both from that.
Yeah, so. I mean, this duo did Step Brothers too.
Step Brothers too, thank you.
That's like a cult favorite right there, cult classic, and yet here we are, 6% on the tomato meter. Not looking too sharp for Will Ferrell and the gang. Oh well. I just think that's weird. Anyway, you want to jump right into the reviews?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna, I guess, get the biggest budget movie out of the way.
All right, who do you want? You want to start with Aquaman?
Yeah, let's start with Aquaman. That I saw for I think it's been out for a minute, a little bit. The had some early release. Your Amazon, those Amazon Prime members, could get it. I saw it on Christmas. Great
It,
place to be.
it does have a
You're looking
Metascore
to-
of 55 and a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb's page. I'm not sure
Well,
how they
I'm
do it.
about to read you them stats.
All
It's
right.
over. It's Marvel movie long. Put it this way. It's 143 minutes.
Oh my god.
I challenge you not to have to get up and stretch your legs or go to the restroom in between this movie. So,
Jeez.
which you probably will because it has some pacing issues. There's some slow parts in it. So, visually it's a popcorn movie during Christmas time. It's got some star power too, man. You got Willem Dafoe in it, Nicole Kidman, Dolph Lundgren. I'm saying it right. The guy has a master's degree. They brought
Yeah,
him back.
super smart.
Yeah, super smart guy.
He's got 2 degrees, right? Two honors.
I think so. Yeah, very
masters?
technical engineering or biology fields.
Yeah, he's like a
So
genius.
Randall Park, also he was in Ant-Man, the newer one, the sequel. Yeah, you got some star power in it, man. It's got a pretty big budget movie for the DC universe.
Okay.
I think it released like 4 billion at the box office.
Well, the girls really like that Jason Momoa.
He's a big guy. He's tall, he's tattooed. You know what's not to like. I think he's Hawaiian also. So I guess there's a checklist for women.
And he
Maybe they just meets that criteria. It's definitely not the old school Aquaman from I guess like the 70s, like the talking to fish and riding dolphins and stuff.
I saw a picture of Aquaman getting caught in like a soda. What do they? You know those like rings they put in the soda?
The soda carrying plastic, the things that you're supposed to cut up so the fish don't get caught on them.
Yeah. Oh my God. Here it is. It's I got a picture of it out here. He's caught. He's literally. I saw a picture. Like this is our.
The old like Justice League cartoons.
Yeah.
Or Friends.
Like, this guy got a 2.5 hour movie.
Is one weakness soda can.
Your soda can ring.
Actually, if there's some chat eventually, can we get like a what that term is for soda carrying device? I don't know.
Yeah, I wish there was an official
The plastic wrap thing.
Everything says soda can rings.
Soda can rings. Okay.
So that's what I'll go with, unless somebody wants to correct me. Feel free.
Yeah, they were all over. A lot of filming locations in here.
How come he's blonde and the one in the movie is not blonde?
Because it's 2018.
Good answer. All right, I'll take it. All right, so how was Aquaman?
I guess we're gonna do spoilers. Like, oh man, where do I start? Visually, it's like Avatar underwater, man. Visually, I'll give it that, man. The money, they put it up on the screen.
That's what I was looking at the trailer. I'm like, I can literally see the money on the screen.
You can't. We're not gonna say like Venom, where the things are kind of dated, kind of looks 90-ish or something, or a few years ago. No, it's on there. The underwater scenes are impressive, so it's tough. I'm kind of torn. It'd probably be a good theater going experience if you're at a nice theater. I was in a different theater that wasn't as nice that I'm used to, so kind of adds to the ambiance or distracts from it. But yeah, it's a very visual movie.
How does it fit with the whole DC canon, like in that universe?
It's pretty standalone. It feels pretty standalone.
Oh, so it's not like where they're trying to shoehorn a bunch of other crap in it?
No, this really should have came out before the Justice League thing. There's a little bit of disconnect with that. So.
Oh, So was there visits from like Wonder Woman or?
No, they didn't bring by a pizza and have like poker night or anything like that.
Why not? Oh man, how was okay? So, well, it sounds like you're kind of iffy on this one.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. There's some cheesy lines. I mean, if you go in knowing what you paid for, and you're a fan of, it's good casting, I think, for Arthur, for Aquaman, but Mira, there's just not like a lot of chemistry. You know when you can tell the chemistry on the screen, just. I wonder what other movie she's really in.
Who, Amber Heard?
Amber Heard, yeah.
Just take a gander.
I don't know. She had that really cheesy red wig, or they dyed her hair. Oh my gosh, she's in Nicolas Cage, angry.
She's pretty when she's not. Doesn't have red hair. Let me see.
Yeah, it's super comic book red. Like
she's in a movie called Her Smell.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Machete Kills. Okay, American for Justice League. Oh,
she was in the Playboy Club. I might have to watch that for research.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too many big budget movies that she's in, but yeah.
All right, what do you give Aquaman?
I'm gonna go and give it 7. Ocean Tridents out of 10.
Oh, that's that's cute.
If they didn't put the money on the screen, just see it for the visuals if you like that too. And hopefully there's not an old couple being their own movie critics while they're watching the game. They're watching the movie and complaining about the people in the back. So I'm trying not to let the theater going experience detract from it. And also Dolph Lundgren's in it. Come on. Let's give it up to the Dolph, man.
Give it up to Dolph. All right, there we go. 7 tridents out of 10. Next up is WreckIt Ralph.
All right.
Oh shoot, I have the old one pulled up. Ralph.
Yeah, this is Ralph Breaks the Internet. So we're hip, guys. It's 2018.
Oh shit.
Everything's all about that internet.
Just popping out of the screen here.
Oh, the Wi-Fi.
6 years after the events of WreckIt Ralph, Ralph and Vanellope, what the hell kind of name is that? Now friends discover a Wi-Fi router in their arcade, leading them into a new adventure.
That's Wi-Fi. That's Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Oh.
That's not Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi.
Well, that synopsis tells me jack shit about this movie, so I guess I'll leave it up to you.
I feel that Disney really they lost their edge by bringing this down to PG, man. I want to see a rated R.
Rated R. Well, a rated R Ralph Breaks the Internet is just porn. It's just some dude named Ralph jerking off too much and it breaks the internet.
Oh man! So it clocks in at a tolerable 112 minutes.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm down with that.
I don't know if it was just the mood I was in after watching Aquaman or.
So you watched this straight after?
Right afterwards, yeah.
Oh shit! And look, you watched John. It's like a big full circle thing. John C. Reilly's in it, who was just in a movie that did not do very well, and Gal Gadot's in it, who was in Justice League, connected to Aquaman.
Yeah, actually, she does a great job in her character that she voices.
Is it Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot, yeah, that's close enough. Whatever. That's actually there's some good voice actors in here, man. Alan, wow, he spelled it so weird. Whatever, Alan. To the guy that was the droid in the Star Wars movies, man.
Oh, okay, Alan.
So yeah, he does a lot more too. I'm not giving him the credit. And then Alfred
Molina.
He's a great villain guy, man. If you need a go-to villain guy, man. Ed O'Neill, which I believe was the guy that was the dad on Married with Children.
Yes.
He's got a popular sitcom now.
Yeah. Modern Family, right?
So it's not really the voice talent that I'm gonna knock it down for. It's the whole idea, the whole shift of the nostalgic arcade and the video games.
Yeah.
It gets away from that and starts interjecting internet culture. So it's like an upgraded version of the Emoji Movie, which I didn't see. I just knew about the really bad reviews about it. And that Patrick Stewart was the check must have cleared because that's just a high caliber actor in an Emoji Movie. But yeah, I just didn't like it as much. The first one's a classic. It's a pretty big deficit from it.
That's a bummer, dude. I heard
the time that went by.
I thought when I was hearing about this movie, people were talking about that it had like a really powerful message about the internet and like online stuff today.
But do we really want things with the internet? Do we really want like
I don't know
to do that?
Do we not?
Yeah, it's when you bring technology in movies, this isn't going to be as timeless because a lot of these companies are going to be gone. It's like watching Hackers. Like any kind of movie with technology, it dates itself really badly. But I just like the simple message before of him being he's not a bad guy, as Zangief puts it. He's a good person, but he's just a villain.
Yeah.
It just had a simpler tell that was short and sweet at the.
I saw bits and pieces of the first one, and I just remember.
Oh, I've seen the first one several times. My son loves it.
I just remember him being like there was like a girl that looked like she came from a first person shooter, and then there were a bunch of other things in it, and I was so confused. But again, I just popped in like halfway through. And I think there was a race. There was
Candy. Penelope, the Candy Princess, by Sarah Silverman. She's a racer. She has her own racing game. It's called Candy. It's something Candy Crush Rush or something. Candy Rush, I think.
Well, it sounds like it did pretty well. We got a 71 meta score. That's green. Let's see what else it did here. 7.5. Okay, that's pretty much on point there. So it sounds like it did all right. Did it do? It was pretty successful, as I recall. It was number one.
Yeah, actually, just watch the YouTube video or the trailer and save yourself some money about the pancake milkshake. That's probably the best part.
Okay, will do. What score do you give Ralph Breaks the Internet?
I'll give it 6 out of 10. Ralph breaking bricks.
Okay. Well, sounds like he won't be as busy this season as he was last season.
And also, there's to end cap it. They kind of Disney flex their muscle about their IP, and it just becomes like a Star Wars show too. So it's like them displaying. Well, there's some Star Wars stuff with it too, and Princess thing. It really dilutes the WreckIt Ralph brand, I feel.
Oh.
It's very unfocused.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, that sucks.
Just go watch the first one you want. I don't know. It probably, if you have a teenage daughter, she'll like it because there's some princesses in it too. So
checks the princess box. All right, you ready to move on to Die Hard with a Vengeance?
Yes, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
All right, we talked about Die Hard last week. You did 1 and 2. You had nothing but good things to say about them. A little more so for the first one, but you said you still liked the second one.
And I remember I murdered that quiz.
Murdered a quiz on it. So you are the expert. John McClane and a Harlem store owner are targeted by a German terrorist, Simon Gruber. Oh, I remember the Gruber guy. This is his son or something, right?
Yes.
In New York City.
Oh, he's a relative. Yeah, I'm trying to. I got the Mick Gruber on my brain. Mick Gruber from SNL.
So in this one,
spoof of.
I love that. I absolutely that movie was so good too.
Yeah. There's a Richard Dean Anderson makes fun of it too. He's on SNL and he's like the dad of Mick Gruber, and it's great. YouTube it.
So they're trying to rob the Federal Reserve building in this one, huh?
Yeah, actually, I rewatched it with the commentary on, and it's actually the story is so well done and feasible that they had to ask him questions, the director, about it.
Like, are you gonna?
Yeah, really, it was really like that, and they actually put precautions in because of this movie. So,
Like, don't do this.
Are imitating life. Yeah.
Please don't do this.
But anyway, yeah, it clocks in at 128 minutes. Mid 90s movie. The last rated R Die Hard. That's why I didn't want to review the other one, because then it turns into PG-13 after that. It goes downhill.
Oh, shit.
So yeah,
That's a bummer.
but yeah, this one's still good, man. This one did great at the box office. But little fact, Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson just came off their filming of Pulp Fiction after this. That's why they're together in this movie, because of their chemistry.
Really?
So where Aquaman kind of failed the chemistry part there, this one, it's great playing there. And then Jeremy Irons is a good bad guy. He's actually he could be bad guy and good guy.
So he and Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson are like friends in this one?
No, I wouldn't say friends. I'm just saying they have good chemistry on some
Oh,
scenes.
okay.
This is them right after the Quentin Tarantino movie. Little movie.
Yeah, little known.
Well, at the time, I think it was actually, but yeah, it's got nominated for like best action and all that good stuff. There's a great element of like the Simon Says puzzle thing to it. You know, you got a little bit more mystery injected into it. Kind of like a nice puzzle video game. You know, they're trying to solve all these Simon Says puzzles together.
Yeah.
So it kind of has that buddy cop element to it also. And it's nice to add, you know, Bruce isn't just, I'm not saying he's hogging all the spotlight every time, but he's usually the main guy. But Samuel L. Jackson's in there too, sharing the limelight. So
as he's wont to do. He is a very charismatic fellow, that Samuel L. Jackson. No matter what age, apparently, because he's still awesome. Well, how does this one rank in comparison to the other two Die Hards? The 1 and 2. We haven't done the other ones yet. But
the classic first one, and pretty much the second one, which is Die Hard in the airport.
Yeah.
Do you want to get the rating wise, or just?
Well, just compare contrast. What's better? What's worse?
I think it's a good update, because we're mid 1990s. It doesn't again lean on too much technology to date the film. That's kind of I bring that up. That's kind of a little pet peeve, because when you inject too much technology, you're basically
like Independence Day.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there you go.
That one is rough to watch. You
know, when people say it's a timeless movie, it's when you take those elements out and you don't know when it could have happened. It could be any time.
And you really get that with the practical effects.
Where you're right on. Right on. So yeah, it's it stands alone from the other Die Hard movies. It definitely gets out, and you're not trapped in an airport or a building. Kind of get to see the New York scene. So, but yeah, the commentary is good. This is actually could have been a plan, and I'm glad they use it as a tool to prevent it from happening. So,
dang. Do you think it's better than number 2? Obviously, I think number 1 everyone agrees. I've never seen any of these, but just from what I've heard,
we're not touching number 1.
Number 1 is king.
It's sacred, man.
But where do you put it against number 2? Is it better or worse?
God, why do you have to be so? These tough questions, man.
Put me on the spot.
Fucking hard place.
The fans want to know.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to give it a little bit better than Die Hard 2.
Really? Okay. Die Hard with a Vengeance beats out Die Hard 2. Die Harder.
Yeah, you got Samuel L. Jackson. You got more sights. You got New York. You're getting to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it aged well. Again, it ages well, and there's at least it's still rated R. Oh my god, I'm gonna be harsh on the last two.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what you think of the PG-13 diehards. I haven't seen them and I already hate them.
I really wish I could. Do you remember what I rated the second Die Hard? Can we go back? Can we loop that?
I don't remember. But I know you gave Die Hard 1 9 out of 10, which blew my mind. So
they didn't give it 10 out of 10.
No, no, you said you got to work for them. I don't know how hard.
You gotta have that room for improvement, man. You gotta have.
It was made in 1988. They ain't gonna improve it.
They're gonna redo it. And make it with The Rock. Oh, that was called Skyscraper.
Oh.
Even though Rock defended it ferociously on Instagram, but whatever.
Oh, serious?
Come on,
so
Rock.
Sad.
You can't win them all, bud.
Yeah. All right. Well, how many whatevers do you give this Die Hard? Die Hard with a Vengeance.
I will be pretty generous because I did say it does hold up a little bit more than Die Hard 2. Let me see. I will give it 8 out of 10. Samuel L. Jackson. Get these snakes off. Insert Samuel L. Jackson catchphrase of your choice. Let's just put it that way.
That makes sense. Okay. 8 out of 10. That's a really good score. That's a really good score to give to the third entry of a series.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't usually see it hold up that strong.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good trilogies. Maybe we can explore that. Trilogies that go up or at least keep an even keel.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. All right, ready to move on?
Ready.
All right, I actually saw a movie yesterday. I've seen a couple movies, but I think one of them's a little too old, so I won't go into that one. But I did see the movie Bird Box, which is all the buzz right now on Netflix, and the people are talking. It's got a 50 Metascore, a 6.8 out of 10 on here. It was 2 hours and 4 minutes long. And 5 years after an ominous unseen presence drives most of society to suicide, a mother and her 2 children make a desperate bid to reach safety. It's basically like if you see things, there's something that you see and it makes you commit suicide. It's a really weird sci-fi premise. That's why
sounds like a great Christmas movie to watch with the family.
Yeah, we'll bring everybody together.
Very uplifting.
Yeah. It's got some really gruesome scenes early. Not gruesome, like super bad, but just like, lets you know that it's rated R. Of just people committing suicide, like banging their face against glass or jumping into a car. So it's got a pretty intense beginning, and then very quickly becomes the cheapest movie ever made.
They ran out of money. Classic. We ran out of money at this point in the movie.
No, I mean it was clever. I gotta give it to them. If you want to make a really cheap movie, make it so you can't see the thing that's going to kill you. Like.
Oh, so are you saying they're creatively less is more than?
Yeah,
I think the Jaws number.
I'll give it to them. It was imagine if you saw the movie Signs, and then they never reveal, the sign. It's like, well, I don't know if there's no payoff because it's not in seeing it that you get what you want. But whenever they're walking around with blindfolds on for a lot of the movie, it's basically her trying to get down a river for certain reasons that will be explained in the movie. So I don't want to give.
Wait, isn't it Deliverance?
Like, oh, pedal fast.
Wow, they are just remaking everything.
No.
Putting a new spin on it.
No, to me, it was pretty good. By the way, real quick segue. How do you pronounce Miss Bullock's first name?
Who's in it? Sandra?
It's Sandra. Okay,
Sandra Bullock?
You call her Sandra Bullock. I call her Sandra Bullock. Because I'm high class. My girlfriend also calls it Sandra Bullock, and her mom calls it Sandra Bullock. And I just thought everybody was crazy. Like, I thought her name was Sandra Bullock.
I have a relative that's has that name. So.
Oh, okay. Because I've always called her Sandra Bullock, and I just got so surprised people are calling her Sandra Bullock. It's like, you hillbillies, what are you talking about?
Trying to be highfalutin, I tell you.
Yeah. Anyway, she does a pretty good job. I'm not a big fan of her. I think she could have been replaced, but she does. She
Sandra Bullock? Are we
well.
talking this from Speed? Miss Congeniality? Miss Sweetheart USA? Like,
Well, it's not really her role, I don't think. It's just kind of a darker role. I don't think, you mentioned payoff earlier. I don't think this movie really had the payoff I was looking for. It played out kind of like a Twilight Zone episode for a good portion of it, like kind of like a Black Mirror type of movie. And then at the end, I don't know, to me, it just was not, I wasn't wowed at the end. Like, everything was worth it. Everything was good. It rolled on kind of almost like a survival horror movie would.
did it have the Spencer checklist of social isolation
It's
in a hard to reach area?
no, and that might have been the problem. Although it had a minimal cast, I'll say that, but there wasn't complete isolation. So yeah, I guess maybe that was the big problem. They weren't sad enough about being alone. But yeah, I don't know if the payoff was really worth it at the end. It seemed like a movie where that was what you needed, Like a lot of sci-fi things, they're kind of empty until the big reveal. This one just lacked that punch at the end. So I'm gonna have to agree with the Metascore. It gave it a 50. I don't think it was bad, but I think giving it a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 blindfolds. It was a competent movie, but it needs a lot more to really wow. So there you go. There's my review of Bird Box.
I was to be confused with Birdman.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, and I really want to see that movie.
It's like an award-winning movie. It's got a ton of awards.
And I'm just watching Netflix.
Yeah, what do you have to complain about? You didn't have to leave your couch.
And I'm just watching Sandra.
Theater.
I'm watching Sandra Bullock in Bird Box. Do Sandra things. That's my loss.
I just had the craziest image of if my story is Sandra Bullock dressed as a bird and she's in a box and she has to getting
8 out of 10 immediately.
Yeah, immediately just for the concept alone.
Oh, John Malkovich is in it. He was really good. Forgot about that.
Yeah, but I mean when it's John Malkovich, it's not good. That's weird. You say it's a small cast. They probably couldn't afford anybody after those two A-listers, man.
Yeah, they probably put together the cast first. They're like, let's make a movie with Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock, and then let's get John Malkovich in it. And they're like, we don't have any money left. Okay, well, everyone's blindfolded. You can't see anything. And then they just kept going that way. That must have been how they put this movie together. Brilliant.
It must be. Oh, also, I just want to add in for the previews. Definitely not the WreckIt Ralph previews. It was Pet Sematary. They're remaking it. I think almost half of the previews was some kind of remake or Disney. I think Dumbo's coming.
I love Dumbo.
Coming on. It's CG now. A lot of stars in that one. But yeah, the Pet Sematary trailer was scarier than the old Pet Sematary. Like that. Actually, kind of looking forward to the new one. There was some audible gas in the. There was a pretty good crowd in Aquaman.
Okay. Yeah, Pet Sematary. Check it out. When's it coming out? That probably didn't tell you, huh?
Nah, I don't know if they. I don't think they're doing like a Halloween. I don't think they did it that far ahead.
All right, you ready to take an Overwatch quiz?
Oh, always ready for an Overwatch quiz, man.
I'll set this one up. Ninja was bragging before the show about how much he knew about Overwatch.
Oh yeah, dude. I did my placements and I'm silver, so I'm really average. It's like League of Legends. I think League. I think now that they have wood or tin or copper League, I think now I'm a little bit above average. So
yeah. Well, have you played enough that you wouldn't be put in that? Because I think I would end up in that.
No, actually, I've been playing with friends, and I got knocked down to bronze with them. So that's probably where I should. But I got placed in silver, so that's all that matters, right?
Bronze for life. Well, transitioning to that, we're back to Red Bull. Red Bull seems to be hooking us up with most of our quizzes these days. So we
You
got.
need to start drinking it to go along with it, or
Yeah, but it's not part of my diet plan, Red Bull. You'll have to drink it. I'll send it all to
free. I
you.
think there's new flavors out. I have to see.
Well, we'll need them as a sponsor going forward because we're using all their quizzes. And this screen is all white, so it makes me look like a pale monster. But yeah, you're bragging about how you know all about Overwatch, so I figured I would test you on your knowledge. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Number 1. What's the relationship between Anna and Farah? Mother and daughter? They're sisters? They're not related? Or they're cousins?
Mother and daughter.
You are correct. Anna is Farah's mother and is the first character added to the roster post-launch. She has some excellent voice lines that relate directly to her daughter's quotes. Number 2. What does Junkrat say when he imitates Tracer? Well, that just happened. You need a timeout. Cheers, mate. The cavalry's here. Ever get the feeling of deja vu?
I'm gonna go cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. The cavalry's here. You are correct. Junkrat has some fun with Tracer by stealing her line as Tracer retorts, "That's my line."
So I believe Tracer's British and he's Australian. So, and Australians are basically British criminals, so put on an island. So, whoa! Hopefully we don't offend our Australian.
I should note that this came out November 17th, 2016. Because this next question is asking about some gameplay stuff, mechanics, and I think it might be incorrect. So just keep that in mind. 2016.
Yeah, Overwatch has been out for a little bit. We're not pretending that it's a new game.
What are you talking about? It just came out last week.
Well, actually, they keep updating. They're doing good. You know, at least Blizzard has with their fiascos of bringing everything mobile.
Yeah, they've done well with Overwatch. All right, number 3. How many ways can Symmetra currently hit an opponent? Concurrently. I'm sorry. I can't read. Concurrently hit an opponent. 6, 1, 3, or 7?
I'm just going to go 7.
You were correct. Symmetra can attack with her own weapon and 6 place turrets if you're good enough. All right, number 4. What was Bastion's original ultimate ability? Teleport? It was always configuration tank, invincibility, or remote mine.
I think it was always the tank. The configuration tank.
Incorrect. Bastion could originally turn into a drivable mine similar to Junkrat's Riptire, but was changed as it didn't feel in keeping with the character. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that I did. I took a break. I played it for a little bit. Coworkers played it, and then I took a pretty long break, and I just started playing it again. But that's the new thing that he does is the tank, though. And it's pretty cool because he makes like a little ring noise.
Well, this thing must have been pre-launch, like in the beta or something.
Wow!
Because
yeah.
when I every time I ever played him, he could do the tank.
Did you get the game on release? I didn't pre-order, but I got it like a few days or a few weeks later.
Yeah, I think I got it a few weeks after it came out.
Yeah.
Everyone was just having so much fun, I had to jump in.
Well, it was down to this, and I think Paladins or some other game. Oh no, it was another game on Steam
Battleborn,
that
right?
was Battleborn. Thank
Dude,
you. They really got heavily discounted after that.
I'm so sad about that. I love Battleborn so much.
Yeah, I was really torn. I was really torn between those two. I was researching which one's which, and I just went with my coworkers and friends were playing. So you go where the community is. That's why we still play League. So
Absolutely. All right. Oh, well, you can't do this one because you can't see it. Let me describe 3 things about this character, and you pick who it is. And it could be it is a skin of somebody, by the way. Who is this? They have black gloves, a black hoodie, and looks like explosives attached to their belt.
Is it the origin skin for
And
Reaper?
hold on, I'm gonna give you some things. Soldier 67, isn't it 76?
Yeah, it's 76. That's
All
actually
right.
one of my main DPS guys.
Red Bull just doesn't know its stuff. Soldier 76, Junkrat, Reaper, or Genji.
It's Reaper.
You got it. An alternate skin for Reaper, also known as Gabriel Reyes.
Yeah, I think if you got the Origins edition, you got that one.
Oh, okay.
Because I have the one with the 76 where he's younger. He doesn't have the scar yet. So I have no idea why he has a scar.
All right, number 6. Who is Reinhardt's favorite musical artist / band? David Hasselhoff, Metallica, Pink Floyd, or Justin Bieber?
Oh my god, he's from Germany, so I'm gonna give it up to the Hasselhoff.
Was David Hasselhoff a musician?
Yeah.
It was one of those bullshit things, right?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was gonna be Rammstein or something or whatever. It's like some German.
You are correct, though. Believe it or not, it's the Hoff. Reinhardt.
Yeah,
Kennedy.
he even has a line about Hasselhoff too in it. So
Yeah, chatting to Lucio in game about him, name dropping studio album Night Rocker. All right, number 7. Who voices Diva? Laura Bailey, Cara Theobald, Chloe Hollings, or
no idea.
Charlotte Chung?
I have no idea. B.
You said Cara Theobald. It's Charlotte Chung.
Okay.
Charlotte Chung is the voice of our favorite esports gamer, and she also voices a character in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Well, she must. Yeah, she's probably a well-known voice actress, I guess.
All right. Number 8. What was Farah's original name during development? Rocket Queen, Death Splash, Jumper Boom, or Skyrocket?
Oh, man, those are all pretty good names. I'll do what I like. Skyrocket would have been cool.
Skyrocket in flight. Oh, you were wrong.
Afternoon.
During development, Farah was known as Rocket Queen.
Rocket Queen. Okay.
We'll probably
I know she's Egyptian, but
yeah. We'll probably never know if that was a nod to the Guns N' Roses song, though. I didn't know that was a Guns N' Roses song.
Wow, them references.
Damn references, man. Number 9. Why does Genji look the way he does? He's not human. He's a cyborg. He was made in a lab against his will. He was augmented to keep him alive, or magic.
I think he was augmented to keep him alive. Something happened. They like pretty much RoboCopped him.
You are correct. His brother, Hanzo, thought he had killed him and left him for dead, but Genji was found by Dr. Angela Ziegler, better known as Mercy, and she helped him become this cyber ninja we see before us. Joy. All right, number 10. Where is Zarya from? Slovakia, Ukraine, Russia, or Poland?
I'm gonna go Russia.
You are correct. Zarya was a soldier in the Russian Defense Force, which explains why she's so lethal when played well. You got 7 out of 10 correct. It says, good, but before you start trying to bubble people with Zarya's ult over the well in Ilios, you might want to learn some more.
Yeah, there's a well you can knock people into.
7 out of 10 is pretty darn good. I don't know if I would have gotten nearly that. I don't think I would have gotten. I don't know if I would have gotten any of those except for one. I knew the tank one. Oh no,
Yeah,
I got that one wrong. I would have got that wrong.
Skins kind of help too, because like she has a very Russian-esque type skin too.
Yeah.
A lot of the origin type stuff. The thing that tripped me was the Bastion one, because it's been so long since I played Bastion before they remade. They do a good job of patching it up and balancing the game. I mean, you're still gonna have like the same thing of like League, like this person's OP at this meta and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. No, good job, dude.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that's it for the show this week. Remember, tune in next week for our top 5 games and then top 5 movies of 2018. That should be a doozy.
And everyone have a happy, safe, and fun-filled New Year.
Absolutely. All right. Bye.